Where'd the mic go?
Test one. Am I audible on this microphone? Am I audible on this mic?
Is it a working microphone? It seems to me to be. But having some technical difficulties and wondering if I can overcome them in this stream. And I'm relying on you, the viewer, to let me know whether or not I've overcome these technical difficulties in any way. Anybody? Bueller? Please? I am live. Thank you. Can you hear this microphone? Hell yeah! Thank you. Thank you, Annabelle. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for all that. I guess fast, sure. Kid. Okay. Say again. I just got a weird message from my iPhone. Yes. We are alive. And are we still getting this? Sweet. Yeah, because, had some trouble there. I cannot hear the tapping. Oh, Jesus. It's done it again. So, seemingly, the operating system is having a little hissy fit about this particular device. All right. So, once again, we getting anything on that? Tippy tippy tap 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 time tamers? Slightly. No. Dude, this is an operating system. This is a handshake issue between devices. And it's the first time it's happened. Not really? Okay. Oh. So yeah, my technological advancements for the day are inoperable. So that's just too bad. Needs a touch assist, I guess. Needs a bunch of assists, all sorts. Well, I'm gonna have both of these watermelon things right off the bat. Can't help it, roll. Good God. I hear the sun is starting to set. Usually gets pretty radiant over there, but it seems to, it's all behind a cloud right now. I'm kind of down that corridor usually. You got the sun kind of beaming against those buildings right there. So. Good evening. So, we come back here and give it another whirl. Go back to our talking. No. I have one more idea to try with this rig. Try to forego the mixer completely and just put the receiver directly in the phone. The wireless receiver for the mic. No. Oh, man. Test. Any function of tapping. You guys getting that? It's cool if not. Yes, loads. Awesome. There we go. Okay. That's what we'll do today. That's how it is. Okay. Sweet. Well, sweet. It's about running the line and just going piece to piece. Is it the cable? Is it this? Is it that cable? Is that connector? All the way down the line. And got to that point in the line. Glad I didn't give up. I think the watermelon was powering me through. Ginger Baker was the best American drummer, in my opinion. Johnny Midnight, interesting opinion. Very creative, especially for that era. Yeah, for rock and roll, absolutely. So yeah, there's something up with the kind of software handshake going on between the mixer and either that dongle or the phone. I'll figure it out. Wow, I hope the sound was still in there for that bro conversation with all the broheme. Those fake bros. Yeah. That was that. Like I said, it was like being in an old school Scientology freaking video. That's how they used to always act on L. Ron Hubbard Way. Right up in your face, like real jocular, like "Hey, buddy," kind of stuff. Wow. Thank you all for the nice assist there with the gear. I can't tell how it ultimately sounds on the stream unless I have another device and I can monitor the stream, which I do not have. And but that's an idea. It's an idea of something to next. I guess that would be a good example of the utility of it. Also, to have something else to do the telecommunication stuff that I'd like to do without ending the stream. So something to think about, I guess. Up the game. Wow, that's no fun. It fell right over. Thank you very much, everybody. Hope you're enjoying your day. Hopefully Friday is treating you well at the end of a hopefully not so crazy week. I know the world is crazy. Hopefully your life isn't matching suit. Man, there's so much good content out there right now. I find every day I'm like, oh, but I want to watch that. I want to, I want to have time to watch that, and there's just I can't do it. I really do try. I still get on streams, and I love interacting with people and seeing my protest buddies from other cities and stuff. I love it. And also it keeps me informed as to, the improvements and changes in this ever-changing and improving movement. Gives me ideas of what I could do better all the time. So it's learning, socializing, parasocializing, I guess, but still. Some of these people I know in the real. And some of them that, I've had an extended sleepover with. So it's starting to go beyond, well, not starting, it's beyond parasocial at this point. Starting to get into the actual social. And Natalie's just been killing it. Just going through a horror show, seeing a really, really tough side of existence right now. And still showing so much just compassion and warmth and bravery and just modeling a whole bunch of positive attributes that'll, I don't know, it's what'll keep a village together for sure in the face of these kinds of darknesses. So enamored, but and she's putting out more stuff too, so it's like, oh no, I can't even keep up with Natalie, and she's been doing all of these great interviews with people. Man, Windy City, that one was great. I hope to meet this person in the real, and was really impressed with what they're putting down. And the team-ups with Nora over the recent fracases. And what a weird appearance by Apostate Alex and Mitch Brisker on the street there, given the old kind of brush off to the two very regular protesters, two people that put in the work and are just there with their presence and just shown, I don't think, the proper respect. And yeah, it's like, oh, I've got an important film job to do, but be a damn human being, right? Whatever you've got a job to do, you say your hellos, and don't just gruffly brush somebody off the block. What kind of entitled nonsense is that? I don't even know. I didn't have a high opinion of Mitch before, but it definitely dropped a couple notches when I saw that. And on the basis of he's this great film auteur with this great oeuvre of work. Right? Oh, they put their lights on. Weirdos. Hope you come back through Chicago. I hope so too. It'd be great. Windy City, it'd be great to see all the types get the whole gang back together and have a really great demonstrative weekend in front of the org. It'd be wonderful. I look very much forward to that being real.
I'm actually going after you. Is that true? Yes, it is. So thinking in your body, I don't think one trip and one got your problem.
Good evening. So yeah, I thought that was just kind of insane. Great coverage of that by, I think, the community. And again, it shows how kind of out to lunch I think some of these people are. And how like disconnected and dissociated. It just, that looked to me like the desperate bad playing of a losing hand, you know. So, trying to seem relevant, showing up at Big Blue like that. Look desperate. Starting to feel that finger again. Need to be careful. I don't want to really injure myself. I'm starting to feel like some serious strain through my wrist. I'm glad it's not following me into my daily musical practice so much yet, but it's gonna. So. So yeah, you know, we've just kind of choked off their exit point. here, and so they might have to have a little convo with some of us some of the time. Not like a whole lot, and not like, we really relish the opportunity for their scintillating conversation. But, yeah, that's how it goes. That's how we're able to have these interactions, and I think, for me, it's partially showing the kids around here, showing the neighborhood that there's something dangerous next to them. And there are people that are willing to spend their time and energy, effort, and sometimes their safety and security put at risk to fight this scourge. I mean, I don't see one little bit of benefit from having this. People argue around the corners of like, oh, but this self-help thing, this little trick that exists like 50 other places, and the thing is, like, next to the net effect of the whole thing, it's like laughably puny, and so it's just not to be taken seriously. It's the same excuses that the cult itself uses. Right. Well, some people get these benefits out of it, and so argue for the perpetuation of like some of these practices, and then you're almost an independent Scientologist, right? So the thing is, these aren't original ideas. They're ideas that you can get a zillion other places, and at the time that they were devised, they were cobbled together from a bunch of other things. Barely a single original idea besides the science fiction horse shit. Right, so yeah, that kind of burns me a little bit. I don't understand it, and it sounds to me like some leftover holding on to cult programming that I don't think is healthy. I don't think it's something that anybody outside of Scientology should probably foster, and I'm guessing. I would make it a subject of my therapy, really, if I was doing that for myself. Like, why am I holding on to this? Why am I trying to see the good in this? Like, the abused spouse. Oh, but he does this and he does that, and he doesn't always, whatever the thing that they always do. So, yeah. It's the language of the abused as far as I can tell. And it's not so great. Not so great. It seems painful. And to me, it's added to that is counterproductive. It's a bad example. I don't think it's actually a reasonable argument. I don't think it holds water. So, again, smacks of desperation. I think I'm talking a lot about desperation. Perhaps I'm living in desperation. Oh, there's that Zelda song. Dun, 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 dun. Ba da da da, ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah.
Ho, hop.
Yeah, start making noises, guys. I don't know. Maybe I should take you all closer every time. Just take you with me over here rather than doing this distance thing. I'm so far. You're so far away from me. All right. I don't know why I'm doing this. Thank you all for being here. Hope your Friday is well. Hopefully you're starting some relaxation or some imbibing or something fun. And even if you're not, I wish you well. Let's see, Sciento talking with Pearl. I don't like it. Fuck. Turn around. Yikes. Yes, I am. I was told you had a visitor. Well, what? What just happened? What?
Oh, she just told me that I shouldn't be yelling, that I should have calm conversations. In fact, why am I even out here? I shouldn't be out here. I should be out talking to people and having pleasant conversations. Like, bitch, you're dropping off books to the cult. Well, I grew up in this cult. Okay, and so you know what's going on. You can hear it in her little face type of hot dog water. She had hot dog water in the mask.
Okay.
Breathing it in, but I don't know what happened.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'm good. All right. She's fine. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, you know, listening to the Scientologist telling you how to protest, like, Jesus Christ. You know. I don't know. A bunch of the analogies that I would make are really disgusting because they're child traffickers and they're child abusers, right? So that's the first thing. It'd be like, you know, having a child abuser teaching freaking a kindergarten class. Which I think in Scientology might happen from time to time. Yeah, y'all. All right, this is a bit closer, I think. I'm going to remember to do this. I haven't been doing it. I get distracted by what I'm doing, and I forget this is social media. Let's see. Well, since I'm here and so are you, any tips for my first protest this weekend? Well, if you're going to Chicago, read the local ordinances for yourself about protest, about sidewalk chalk, perhaps paths of egress, and print them out for yourself. And the salient points for yourself highlight. So when you start to have the conversation with the officers, you can cite the statute that you believe is operable over whatever's going on, and you can start to have a kind of more direct conversation about the law. I would say, Chicago, obviously you got to know from the area the temperature changes, and so layers. Who knows what the weather will be? They're saying it's gone from 90 and then it's going to be like stormy and 60, right? So it's really variable. Definitely, hydration, snacks. But yeah, as far as safety, knowing the laws, letting somebody know what you're doing and where you are that's not on site. Like an emergency contact, just in case you get rolled by the cops and somebody's got to pick you up or something like what happened to Nance Drew, right? It's good to have those things. Some people share their location with somebody on their phone. Some people aren't about that, but that's another method. Let's see. For me, I come with just in case things get. A dust mask. I don't have a first aid kit on me, but basic first aid is also probably a good idea on the street. I don't know how many protesters carry one. I used to. Let's see, my stuff is gone with the car, or with the car theft. I have the car back. So, yeah. And then for streaming, it's good to have a second camera. I don't have one right now. Like the body cam that I was using stopped working, and I'm looking at getting another one. But definitely having another point of view on yourself is handy if you can afford it. Yeah, and just, it's generally going to be cool, so, don't be afraid. It's generally going to be cool. It's generally not going to be, direct hassles of any consequence by the cops. They might say stupid stuff and try to say that the rights that you have, you don't in fact have, but it's not all the time that people are going away in the car. It's only some of the time. And relatively rare. It's more often than I would like, definitely. But I wouldn't say that's definitely going to happen. I would say just be prepared in case a kind of rare occurrence may happen. I think that's basically it. Know the laws. Having an emergency contact, some gear that you might think is useful, maybe sharing a location. But I'm not sure how long you're gonna be on the street either, because I don't know, when I was out in Chicago, I was doing 6, 8, 10 hours, and so I came, I don't know, prepared for 2 meals worth of stuff and layers, and then maybe if I got sprayed with a hose, clothes enough that I could be generally comfortable. Because at the ideal org opening, I wasn't sure what we were facing. It could have been street warfare. Hey, how's it going, man?
You still at it?
You're definitely still at it. That's right. Sure is. It's slow day. Slow day. It's just me and Pearl. But I think we're effective enough because they won't come out of their cult. They're afraid to face the ideas. All we have is signs and ideas. And can't take it. So, I don't know.
Where
See.
Where you live stream at? What?
YouTube.
Oh, you
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. No, a lot of people, like 40 people in here, but it's a good crowd. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure Pearl has like many multiples of that up front. It's the start of the show for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we've whittled their business down to nearly nothing. We've been able to get a hold of some of their management reports, and it shows that they're not doing any business in here because of what we're doing. So, yeah, it is very good. It's very encouraging.
So these people grab people from where? All over the country?
All over the country,
So
all over the world.
They tell them y'all come to the program or what?
There's a bunch of different methods. So these buildings serve as like recruitment centers where when we're not here, all of these curtains are open. They'll have Scientologists out on the street, a table, their books, a display, this device that they call an e-meter, which is basically just one part of a lie detector test that they use for what they call auditing. It's their counseling sessions. They'll be all out there, and there'll be like half a dozen Scientologists out on the street trying to get at these college kids, trying to recruit them to bring them into this building, to sign them up for Scientology courses, basically just take most of their money. And then if they get really hooked on Scientology, basically this organization will present itself as the only solution to your problems. And then they'll say, okay, we've got this book that we can sell you to fix them. And they'll make you dependent on them to solve all of your problems if you believe that pitch. And so for like some lost and maybe heartbroken kid at UT, is looking for answers, maybe doesn't have a lot of friends, encounters these people who like all act like they're immediate best friends. It's a process that's called love bombing. It's what a lot of cults do to bring you in. They just shower you with praise. You're the best. Oh man, I can't believe that you're so awesome, and thank God we found you. Here's this book. So they'll get you feeling really good, put a book in your hand, and then try to sell it to you. And it works. And especially on impressionable kids, it works. So we're here. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of hope that we're getting anybody that's in here right now out. We're trying to keep anybody who might go in from believing any of this stuff and getting stuck.
That's weird how they make money.
Oh man, they've got tens of billions of dollars and buildings like this all over the world. And so, yeah, and they're litigious too. They'll go after, they're trying to ruin all of our lives with lawsuits.
Crazy. All right, man. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much, man. All right.
These little fake security guards or whatever.
Absolutely, man.
Hey, you know the right.
Thank you so much. That guy was nice. That guy was super nice. I'm glad this thing is working now. It's starting. My technology. It's starting to get on my nerves. I don't know if it's the cable. It could be this one cable. I'm gonna bench test it tonight, and we'll get to the bottom of what that is, or maybe in the morning. I don't know. But so yeah, I've got the first half of what I usually do back here done. Let's see. It's a child trafficking cult, guys. Just so you know, that's what you're going into. That's the welcome mat for the back door of your cult that I have for you. That's your back door. Yeah, hopefully you have to see that. You have to somehow deal with the messages contained therein, So. Wow. Wow, it feels like a lot harder to do this in 90-degree plus weather. I just ordered some shorts, so hopefully that will make things easier as my legs and my butt could breathe. They feel quite stifled. Yeah. All right. Well, I thought and I think I've heard correctly, an atmospheric discharge. Travis County elections? What are you doing here? Let's see, orange sherbet. Do we have any stragglers over here that could go with orange sherbet? Not really. No, that's all the siennas and the grays and the umbers. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for high contrast. So flat. Yes. Whoa, that car that just passed into the alley was so pitted. It's as if it had been in the worst hailstorm I've ever ding dang seen. All right. So, perhaps my pack's up too high. Test. No, it seems fine. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's what's that? 0, 9, test 9. That's fine. Okay. Holy Moses. Haven't seen a lot of traffic out the back. Perhaps they've been going out the side, I don't know. But I think it's easier this position when I'm riding, obviously, to catch the ones who are trying to go to the parking lot. They don't like me going to the parking lot with them. They think they would like to restrict my motions and say exactly where and when and how I can protest. And if I break their preconceived notions of the laws that don't exist, well, then obviously they call their cop friends. We have to oblige them, who oblige them in responding to 911 calls about non-emergencies. Oh, wow. So, wow, you're hanging on the emergency line with non-emergencies. You'd think they'd get into some kind of trouble for that. It's a little weird. I was trying to ask last night the cops about this. They didn't seem to know what I was talking about. I'm not sure. Didn't seem entirely... Oh, the second group, I think they understood. I think, generally. And by understanding, I mean, I'm asking them in a roundabout way, why aren't you investigating this overuse of the emergency response system of, oh, hello. How's the child trafficking going today? Hopefully very, very poorly. Seems, we've reduced the business at this org to a very slow trickle. And I'm sure that's a source of some amount of stress and ennui for you and your fellow child traffickers. But I very much hope that it is, and that my words are a thorn in your side and a splinter in your mind. You are working for a child trafficking organization. Kids cannot consent. Kids cannot consent to auditing, to being audited, or to give auditing. If you have received auditing from a child, you are a child abuser. Your cult stands as a systematic and wholesale mechanism by which children get abused. Leave this cult with what's left of your dignity
and your time on this planet. Shame. Shame, y'all. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Oh, shame never made anybody do anything? Wrong. You want everything to be solved with like just positive emotion stuff? Sorry. Doesn't work that way. There is both light and dark. Couldn't be one without the other. And each one of those concepts and several things is a matter of perspective. And again, at this point, with the very real harm that is being done to children by these individuals, I can't ignore that. And so I'm going to act as though they are actually actively harming people, because actually actively are. Are we making another fake call to the cops? We're going to have another conversation that's exactly as embarrassing for you as every night? Every single night we go through this. Every single night. Every single night that I'm here, you know, I mean, geez, guys. So yeah. I mean, somebody else can be the good cop. Okay? Somebody else can do that. Don't ask me to do that. Not all the time. It's not in me. Okay? I don't think any of you are asking. I think I'm talking to the air and soliloquizing at this point. But yeah. Now I understand that there are many ideas out there about what protesters should and shouldn't do. And generally, these ideas serve to just, you know, divide. They're all relevant. They're all good. The ones that I've seen, the people that I've seen on the street, all these different styles, very different styles, all effective in their own way. I won't, you know, I don't see why there has to be this kind of competition. And it's basically people arguing for their personality type to hold sway over all others. Oh, wow. Hope y'all are well. Good day. Hey guys, how's the failure of your stupid child trafficking cult going? You stupid child traffickers. Yeah, it's, you know, it's a bit circular there, you know. How's the stupidity of your stupidity going? I don't know. It's kind of how I meant it. Oh no. So yeah. You know, I'll keep on arguing for the multiplicity of styles, as I think a lot of people are. You know, Natalie keeps saying this, Nora keeps saying this, Aaron keeps saying this, you know, and I don't think any of us all agree with everything that any of us say. And that's really not the point. I don't think we need to be in unanimity about anything. About the general thrust of the movement and kind of generally what is and is not productive is a matter for discussion. And I welcome those discussions with each and every one of those people and more. Not that I hear from them, but I would with anybody, really. I want to know. I want to just. I don't think I'll be offended. I'll have it out. You know. Yeah, these are well bent now. Ugh. That was a good fall. Oh, I usually have better luck. It's one of those, I get it in all three corners. Ah! What a satisfying snap that was. Yeah. All right. Not that I need these very much anymore. It's very overcast where the sun has set. Anyway. So, I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to anything y'all have been saying. So, different styles, Jeep them in their toes. Yeah, that's over and under. And how long until the cops are called tonight? Ah, yeah, right. Glad to hear that. Yay for tomorrow too. Absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be great. I'm going down tomorrow. There will be people there. How about when they call to get a DV call from their fake 912 call? I think I will go Sunday. Yay! Haggis Basher. I guess, yeah. It's supposed to be nice weather tomorrow. Super. Thank you. I mean, oh, Marina, thanks for saying. I mean, we've got our strengths, certainly. I've got kind of, I think, more specific things that, you know, have more specified reach. Not that Pearl doesn't also have those, but I'm just saying Pearl's got things that are going to generalize, that are going, we have not untapped, I think, a quarter of Pearl's potential to be effective in this movement. We're going to see a lot over this year. We'll see a lot. So, yeah, I just, I know what the potential is here, or maybe, I don't know, I'm seeing more of it, and hell, there's always stronger kung fu, and, you know, game recognizes game, and Pearl's got some freaking serious game, so, so they've got a much better system of getting people out of here now, I think, than what we have been encountering before, because there are a lot of people in this org. Unless maybe Pearl just saw most of them come out the front, and they just said, you know, screw it, went out the front. Yes, I am.
It's summer protest. I saw him doing the semester doing already.
Thank you very
I
much.
want you to leave it.
Indeed, I will. Thanks for your time and attention. That feels good. All right. Good to see anybody reaching out and giving of their selves and their time to give us any well wishes and encourage us along in what it is that they see us doing. Not sure what they think about what we're doing. What is this even? Is that a white glove? Is that a fucking... I don't want to touch it. It's like a finger glove. I don't... Yeah, no, it's a white sock. Okay, I'm glad I didn't touch it. All right. Gross. Oh, wow. This is kind of two-toned. Let's see what they're doing. I think I hear movement in the back. They've been trying to juke the juke and get back there and wash up the chalk early. That's last time we had two of them, do some fairly marginal batteries. So usually, I don't know, I was moving around a lot before, moving back and forth between these positions and catching them out, smoking and doing all this stuff. So, let's see. Nope. Nope, they're not going for it just yet. But, okay, so course room lights are on, both floors. I don't see a student yet. They're usually students by the windows, and sometimes you can tell by going across the street. Course room lights are on. Hey, don't kick. No kick. All right. All right, so there are staff members I can see in the course rooms. Right there, gold vest. The writer-hander window there. Right there. They just moved out of frame. So, I think that might just be readying the shift today. I might just be readying it. And back here, let's see. You can see them like they're on a stage or, a set of like a German play, right? And, everybody's behind maybe, this kind of screen, and you can see some action going on. And so the actors have to actually act all play, even when, they're basically off stage. They're not doing lines, they're doing a bunch of action. I don't know why it is that German production designers favor this kind of style, but they definitely do. So it gives like two different worlds, or like the world of the mind behind the actual world kind of thing. So this guy was my focus yesterday. He was doing exactly the same thing. Got some poster board. We're gonna do reports on our nothing business. Didn't have any business. Have nothing to report. Ooh, we're gonna escape. We're actually gonna try. Are you gonna try to do something? Oh no. Okay. So no, we're not gonna try to do something? All right. We're just gonna move back and forth as if we have a purpose and meaning. I think he's looking at his phone. Okay. Well, I think that's quite enough of that. We can even get closer. I just wanted to see if people were in the course rooms, if they were full. It seems they might be cleaning them. They might be getting them ready for people to be on course. But it doesn't seem like anybody is presently utilizing them. So, at that, let's do a closer walk with, let's see, all of this charting stuff. I'm glad that they put it in such small lettering so that we can't read it. So, ooh, we're on stage. Okay. Oh, it's the important end of the org meeting, the all important. So, let's see if I can get a shot of that. Right. So that would be right about here. So the slow, plodding drudgery of org business continues. The unfortunate and I would say, yeah, very unfortunate lives being lived here. It's sad. The banality of evil on full display. The evil of banality, perhaps, either way you want to slice that. So, these guys are the stars, and they're getting their, he's wrapping these plans, or maybe he's getting a new sheath. But either way, what are we doing all the way back here? Ooh, that is so pixelated. You can see the individual little squares of the nylon. That's very strange. Oh, do I have... Yeah, keep them on their toes. Or jeep them. Either way. But yeah, they're having a grand old time. They're not mocking up their own reactive minds. They're not doing it anymore. They refuse. Alright, so this is kind of as tall as that gets. And this will just be a general kind of the business of the org camera. You guys are on a very broad stage. And we're just going to keep it that way because, I don't know, I think I don't like you. Don't think I like you guys. Nope, don't like the cut of your jib. Yeah, we're out here protesting Scientology because they're a predatory human trafficking cult. And they regularly ruin people's lives, take their money, and like very many cults, they start off by saying they're offering you the help that you need to get by to do better in your life, to get that job or get that thing that you want, to be better at communication, to meet more interesting people, or whatever it is. And once they've got you hooked on that and they have you buying their books and their courses, you might start to believe that they in fact are the only ones that have these answers, if you believe all of these things. And then they have you, perhaps for the rest of your life, perhaps to use you like these people who are being massively underpaid for the work that they're doing. Some of them working 70, 80 hours a week for $47 a week, right? So using them as slave labor, you get that money if say, well, if that's happening to you, you're in what they call the Sea organization. It's like the monastic order of Scientology. And So rather than paying you, you get to go on course and do all the books and stuff for generally, well, you still have to buy books, you still have to buy other things, but you can go on course for free. Other things are free. But yeah, so they'll just give you $47 to work your fingers to the bone for all of your days in one of these organizations. And nowadays they're doing no business. So they're just kind of hanging around, keeping the lights on, doing the paperwork on no business. I was like, I mean, if you live around here, you don't see a whole bunch of people going in and out of this place, you know. So, and, you know, for this person right here, this is his whole life. This is the sum total of what he's going to do with his existence. And they're so brainwashed, they're going to try to get like the impressionable kids at the college or anybody else around here to be just like that. And so we're out here. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of hope that we're going to get any of these people out, but we're trying to keep anybody else from going in. And so trying to put the word out on the street. Thanks for your attention. It gives us the opportunity to have conversations just like this.
Yeah. I knew Scientology was a little sketchy, but I didn't really know, like, this building popped up out of nowhere. So it's like,
Well, I mean, I didn't know either until I started to find the stories of the survivors of Scientology that are on YouTube right now. There are a bunch of channels that go under this thing, SPTV. SP is a suppressive person. It's what they call enemies of the church, right? And so we've taken this term of abuse and we're like, yeah, that's us. We're a suppressive person. So suppressive persons television, SPTV channels on YouTube are a bunch of survivors of this cult who were born in, who lived their whole lives in this. And some of them just recently escaped like 3 years ago, right? And are just starting to like discover the world out here and have to relearn everything. And so if you get stuck in here, like, yeah, you won't have real access to the outside world. Kids that are born into this and just raised on their teachings barely know how to write. I mean, they know enough to be able to read L. Ron Hubbard's books, but as far as writing things, like one of these survivors that's a friend of mine is telling me he didn't know for the longest time how to use a comma. And it took till like 1920 before they were approaching, trying to like out of the cult, trying to get into a college, and had to go like retrain themselves on all grammar because they didn't understand any of the rules of grammar. So just on that base level, but then from everything else that they won't let you learn. Like if they won't let you learn the language, probably not much else, right? So yeah.
it's strange how they were able to get this building right in front of this college on this busy street.
Yeah.
There's no business here. How are they making money?
They've got very large donors. They're whales, you know, that pump tens or hundreds of millions of dollars into the Church of Scientology. And okay, so they're a nonprofit religious organization. And to keep that status, you need to be able to prove to the government that a certain percentage of your donations that you're bringing in are going to either charitable works or religious services. And they're not doing a whole bunch of either. So what they are able to do is to park their money in real estate holdings, like this building, like a bunch of other buildings that they're buying up all over the country and all over the world that they're leaving basically empty. This place is like at less than 10% occupancy for what this is meant to do. So they're basically just keeping the lights on. I think the leader of this cult at some point is going to try to get out of here, sell a bunch of these buildings, take whatever money he's able to get before they get him, and run to a country with no extradition treaty to the United States. And it's generally what these cult leaders do. They'll run away with the money. They'll run away with the money. And the unfortunate thing is these poor people who have been brainwashed by the leadership of this cult will be left holding the bag for all the crimes that they've been committing, almost certainly. So it's one of the things that I try to remind them of. It's like, look, the hammer's coming down for all of this. This is not popular, and the leader of this group is not going to He's not going to protect you. He's going to run with the money. Don't get left holding the bag. It would be very sad when that happens. A lot of very confused true believers will be extremely befuddled. There's a few charitable organizations that are open right now. One of them is the SPTV Foundation. They have, like, these channels have started a charitable foundation in which they're offering services to Scientologists to help them get out, to try to place them with a job, counseling, a place to stay, just a start, right? And there's another one called the Aftermath, and I'm not so fond of that one, but whatever. They're also doing this work. And I think a number of other ones are going to start this year. And so attached to this protest movement are nonprofit organizations that are, trying to help these people, offering them an easy path out, because it's not easy to leave one of these things. They have you by your money. If you have family members in here and you leave the church, if you become a suppressive person, you can't talk to them anymore, right? It's a practice called family separation. If you talk to the person who's an enemy of the church now, you will be declared a suppressive person and kicked out of the church and lose all your friends as well. And so that's how they keep people in. Like, it's happened to, mothers, daughters, family separation, kids never seeing or talking to their parents again in their lives because they were declared a suppressive person. No, it's crazy. It's almost the worst one of these. It's almost the worst one. I mean, it's arguable. Well, I don't call it a religion. I don't think it qualifies. They don't really have religious practices. They don't really have religious doctrine. What they were able to do in the 90s was to bully the federal government into giving them religious tax-exempt status. Now, part of that was by doxing, by infiltrating the IRS and getting a bunch of personal information on IRS agents and doxing them. So and they put on pressure on those people and a bunch of other government agencies, and the argument was marginal. They offered some religious services. So one of the things that they call a religious service, they'll get a bunch of people who've never done Scientology before into a room that they call a chapel. It's not a chapel. And they'll have a person standing up in front of you that will give you instructions like, hear a sound. Okay, good. Look at that chair. Okay, good. Touch the person next to you. Okay, good. And they call that a religious service. So this practice, what they're doing, they call these locationals, and it's meant to ground you right where you are in space. And it's a ripoff of a psychological technique of what you're trying to do. You're trying to get somebody to get out of their head or their cycled thought processes if they're having a crisis. If somebody's having an anxiety attack, there's a method where, so name 5 things that you hear, okay? Or 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can hear, 3 things that you can smell, 2 things that you can feel. And by that time, you're already out of this process and you've kind of connected with your surroundings, and you can stop these kind of cycled thought processes. So that technique is basically like a borrowed version of that, and not a very good one at that. And they call that a religious service. It's not. So, I mean, not like any other one that I've ever been to. So yeah, just on a technicality, do they get this tax-exempt status? And the amount of money that they're able to hide away and not be taxed, it's billions of dollars by now, since the 1990s when they muscled the IRS into doing this. So I'm live streaming on YouTube. Yeah, let's see. What's up, y'all? I've got do you mind being pictured?
I don't mind.
All right. We got like 44 people, sometimes 100, sometimes 20. You know, there are other things going on. I've been having a really nice conversation with this individual. Definitely giving of their time and attention to hear something about Scientology in their community. Because it's like, that's part of what we're trying to do, is to, I don't know, raise the immunoresponse of the community to just like when they hear the word Scientology go, oh no, guard the children. Pretty much. That's what I want the reaction to be if I can cultivate and curate one. Yeah. That's the idea.
Oh, the church.
No, it's a child trafficking cult. So the thing is, so one of their main practices is this process that they call auditing. It's basically counseling, where the subject is asked a series of questions, right, by somebody called an auditor, and they're holding these two metal devices connected to an electrical resistance meter that they call an e-meter. It's basically one part of a lie detector test. It's the galvanic skin response part, and their idea is we have all of this trouble because we have what they call the reactive mind. We're reacting to all of these things in adverse ways, and the reason we're doing these is because we have disembodied spirits attached to ourselves that they call body thetans. It's total bullshit, but so which is attached to a whole sci-fi thing. So basically, you have this reactive mind, and what they're trying to train you to do is to have no reaction to emotionally stimulating like events or phenomena. Like they'll talk to you about like a traumatic event in your life until the meter goes flat, and you're offering like no electrical resistance, like you're either excited or anything. So they're trying to calm what they call your reactive mind, but it's like you're trying to stop people from having emotions, right? And that's a primary tool by which cults take control of your brain, right? Because all of a sudden you don't have the regular human response to like terrible things that they will do to other people. You'll lose your empathy and your sympathy. Like your human connection to other people besides what they tell you to have. And so this process, this auditing process, they have children do it. They have children be the auditors, be the person asking the questions. 12-year-olds that are asking grown men, right? And grown men, part of auditing, they believe that they can get you over whatever crime you may have committed. So like whatever crime, they cover up major crimes like sexual assault and greater, right? And so they have 12-year-old or teenage kids doing auditing sessions for grown men who are sex abusers, asking them about sex abuse and trying to get their needle to not react. And if that's not child abuse,
Yeah.
I don't know what is.
That's pretty demonic.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons. See, I didn't know that until pretty recently, and it's something I think is a very closely guarded secret. They don't want people to know that, because I think if most of America knew that, anybody that thinks that they like children and want to protect children is going to be like, no, this can't happen. This can't happen around me, not in my environment, not in my town. This needs to stop. That can't happen. So I very much hope that our efforts and other efforts get the word out on that particular thing. That's one of my primary focuses in fighting this cult, is making sure that the plight of children is amplified. Because, I mean, they're the most vulnerable. The most damage can be done to them. Exactly, right? They've got their whole life in front of them, and also they have the best chance of actually being saved and living a normal life and have the most time in front of them that can be saved. So I think our efforts are best as a protest movement serving that. And
How often do y'all come out here?
So the protester that you saw come around and filming the sides, it's Pearl Snappy. She was here for the opening of this building at the end of February. And her protest of the opening of this building inspired a lot of us to get out onto the street, because it was the most effective thing that very many of us had seen. Now, they opened this building. The dear leader, David Miscavige of this global cult, was here, right? And the highest level of security resistance, like you know, they had blocked off this entire block. They had a stage out there. They had all this stuff, right? And so they pulled out all the stops to try to stop us protesters, and Pearl Snappy defeated all of that and ruined their event, ruined the audio of their event, so that they had to re-record everything. So I think those are two child traffickers right there leaving in plain clothes. I think this is their new technique. Yeah. Usually people that well dressed don't come out of that alley. It's usually the Scientologists, I think. See, this guy right here. So this guy right here on the phone, he's basically coordinating people's exits from the building. And so he's keeping an eye on me, he's keeping an eye on the front, and he's letting these people go. I hope you had fun at the child trafficking cult. Oh, not you, sir. Sorry about that. So Friday is their graduation, what they call their graduation. So, you know, people that have completed coursework, they celebrate them, they get together like, wow, we sold you this book and you bought it without any resistance, hooray! And that's what Fridays are all about. And so usually have a lot of people here, and they're usually trying to protect this event because it's meant to feel good. And we're trying to have it feel bad. So every interaction, basically every time they come in or out of this, hearing about their crimes, hearing about our displeasure about their crimes, what we intend to do about them, what's possibly facing them legally in the near future within a year once the federal government kicks into high gear. And there are already ongoing investigations into child trafficking and their various financial schemes. So seemingly they're involved in, I mean, it's bank, tax, wire, and securities fraud. Like, once the worm turns for these guys, it's going to be like a bloodbath of legal proceedings. But the thing is, the feds usually don't act until it's a lock, right? Federal prosecutions brought by the federal government enjoy about an over 90% win rate. They almost always win when they bring a case. And when they bring a case, they make sure it's a lock. And so that's generally what it is, getting all of the ducks in the row. So, you know, it's so that Main Justice and the federal government appear to be as strong as they are. It is definitely a way of letting people know this is what will happen to you if you go against the federal government. Which is, you will almost certainly lose if we come after you. Which is, I mean, in this case it would be good. In other cases it's horrendous, but, you know, because they go after, like, you know, human rights workers and stuff like that. Other protesters and innocent people from time to time, you know.
Their symbolism is kind of weird.
Oh, wow. Well, oh, you mean like that? Yeah, it's a weird hodgepodge of stuff. And generally, a lot of their symbols, like that kind of a crest, they're usually found in fascist regimes. This kind of regalia, these kind of uniforms, the kind of militarism that they have, they have ranks, like they're in some kind of navy. The dear leader, L. Ron Hubbard, he was referred to as Commodore. That's a naval rank. So it has all of the trappings as in their symbolism and in their structure of a totalitarian fascist regime. So it makes them even more hateful to me. I'm not a fan of fascism. Oh yeah, I mean, they a little of that, a little Freemasonry, yeah. But you know, it's funny. They've been buying up a lot of Freemasonic halls that have gone up for sale, as also Freemasonry is losing a lot of members. Yeah, they're having trouble retaining people. And so I think it was about like 15 years ago, for the first time, they started to do these their recruiting through open houses. I couldn't believe it. Like, it's usually you had to be invited. You had to know. You have to know a Freemason. The Freemasons invite you, and not only that, but they have to vote on whether or not, like, you could be part of the hall. And it's one negative vote that gets you disallowed from being an initiate in Freemasonry. So they vote. It's a wooden box in the hall, and there are a bunch of stones, either white or black, spherical stones, and that's where the term blackballing comes from. One black stone means you're not in. One no vote. It has to be unanimous positive if you're getting into Freemasonry. And so that's what being blackballed. That's where it comes from.
I heard like they go like talk to your like family members about like how you are and like.
Oh, really? I didn't know about the interviews and stuff, but I mean, that might be true. I don't know too many Freemasons personally. I know their charities. Like many of these institutions, they've got these charities. So like a very high level order within Freemasonry are the Shriners. Getting into the shrine, you're passing through the original steps of the York. I think you can also make it into there through the Scottish Rite, but I'm not sure. But it's like a whole other separate initiation and basically cordoned off chamber within Freemasonry that is the shrine. The Shriners. But they're a damn great charity. I know more than one people that have been saved by their charity. A friend of mine as a child had like horrible scoliosis and needed spinal surgery, and family couldn't afford it, and the Shriners Hospital paid for everything and saved her life. Yeah, totally. So you gotta celebrate some of that stuff when they actually get it right every once in a while. But there's a bunch of other stuff. I mean, if they're going to go after their stated goals, which is to destroy monarchy in Europe, that's generally what the Freemasons were founded to do. Oh, are we absconding in plain clothes from the cult? Okay, I think I have to change tack. Okay, we're body routing people out the back, eh? Okay. Yeah. So let's see. Are we smoking cigarettes back here, guys? We feeling brave? We're coming out of the cult. Coming out of the woodwork. All right. Oh, Chad, I have not been paying attention to you. I'm so sorry. I've been engrossed. The San Francisco org has fascia. Yeah, right. The actual fascia. Indeed. And I meant to point that out. Amy, you're absolutely right. So also at the IIS conventions, right, on their stages, like the first one that I saw in 2004 where Tom Cruise got like a dinner plate, the Medal of Valor medal in 2004. Yeah, they had the actual fascia, which the original symbol, I believe, is Roman, and it's a bundle of rods that are tied and then cross-tied up the length of it and tied at the top. And it was meant to symbolize the unity of the ruling families of the Republic of Rome. And sometimes the fascia is pictured with an axe head at the top of it, which is like a kind of more warlike symbol of unity. But it basically means like it's unity through strength. But that symbol has been used by fascist regimes for time out of mind. Oh yeah, no, the dime's got it. Well, it's all over the Capitol. The fascia is all over the Capitol building. It's in the House chamber. I believe it's in the Senate chamber. It's all over the place. So it's an old symbol of republic, but it's also associated. Whoa. Oh, whoops. Sorry. It's also associated with fascism. So yeah, that's correct, Amy M. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, it's juking back and forth. I think they're trying to go back and forth here. Yeah, right on. Well, you know, when I start doing this, then they start to send people out through the front, and then Pearl gets them. And generally, they're just trying to leave without hearing about how bad what they're doing is. And because that's all that we have for them is calling them dirty child traffickers and saying that child trafficking is bad and that it's a crime that you very well may have to pay for at some point. So yeah. Oh, we're doing some light janitorial work here. Okay. Let's get the extra level. I just like carrying it. Okay, so we got some publics trying to leave. Now these are people who are probably on course, who probably finished some stuff today, maybe got an award for what they're doing. So we're leaving the child trafficking cult today, maybe with some accolades for graduation. I'm not sure what you have to celebrate. You do realize that you're involved in a human trafficking ring, right? You do understand that there are child auditors and that children receive auditing. Children cannot consent. They cannot consent. Not of children or by children is child abuse. And if you have been audited by a child, or if you audit a child, or if you facilitated any such activity, you are involved in child abuse. Leave this predatory cult with what's left of your dignity so that you can be re-embraced by the community as an upstanding citizen. Stop protecting and supporting child trafficking. You are aware that children cannot consent to be audited or to give auditing?
So what now?
Children cannot consent to give auditing or to receive auditing.
I haven't seen that.
Does it
Have
take
you
you
seen-
seeing it with your own eyes?
Absolutely.
I know people who have been subject to this and are survivors of this disgusting cult, who have been made to do this in their preteen years. And as such, this organization stands as a child trafficking ring and in a child abuse ring. Child auditing and the auditing of children is child abuse. It's a crime. And if you are working to facilitate
What
it,
is auditing? Do you know what
you know
auditing is?
exactly what auditing
No, I'm
is.
asking you, what is auditing?
You
You're
know
telling me
exactly what auditing
that auditing
is.
is bad, so what is
You know,
auditing?
you know exactly
No,
what it
you're
is.
making these accusations, so tell me, what is auditing?
Why do I have to tell you that?
Because you tell me everything else. Why
So
not tell me what auditing
can't
is?
you answer any of the accusations?
You haven't even
Any of the
answered my
accusations?
question. So
You
no,
you
no,
have
for
no. So you're asking. So you're answering
you're
all of
accusing
what I just said
somebody-
with a dodge.
So if we're going to communicate,
You're not handling
If we're
me.
going to communicate, I don't want to.
And you're going to
handle you.
define what communication is for me right now.
No,
That's
no,
a little
no.
patronizing.
Aren't you raising your voice and cutting me off as I'm talking?
I'm
to you?
protesting your disgusting child trafficking cult.
And that's fine. I have no problem with that.
So that's why I'm raising
No,
my
I have
voice,
no problem
because
with
child
that, but I'm
trafficking
saying-
is disgusting. I'm revolted by it.
So what is
I'm
child-
demonstrating
what
my
is child
displeasure.
trafficking? Tell me what child trafficking is.
That means
What is child
bringing
trafficking?
children against their will into an organization that they cannot barely understand the meaning or confines of.
So
that
you-
is child trafficking.
So you
The
saying
parents
when a kid
that
goes
bring
to a school and they don't want to go to school, that's child trafficking?
no,
That's what you just said.
no,
it's
it
an
is not.
organization, right?
It is not what I
A
just
school is
said.
an organization. If
No.
a kid don't want to go to school,
A day school,
a day school, yeah.
yeah, right.
I mean, well, what
is
so
that
what your
in any
definition of
way
child
comparable
trafficking?
to a high control group like Scientology? That's
High
been
control group.
yeah, high behavior,
you-
information, your emotional,
Or you go to school to get
and your
information, don't you?
time. They control all of these in a very high level.
I'm from the hood.
So
You're talking to a black man that's had to. I didn't have to. I didn't have to go through slavery, but you're talking to.
I've lived in the poorest voting district of the state.
I've had to deal with segregation. I had to deal with equality and all this type of stuff. No, I'm about to make a point. But I've never experienced this stuff. But you're making accusations from something I don't know from other people.
Well, perhaps I would suggest
can I finish my statement?
Find
Can I
information that's critical of Scientology
you want me to answer
for yourself.
Questions when you won't even let me answer a question.
Please.
Or ask a question.
Please go right ahead.
So if you're telling me that, and I know you're recording me, you're gonna make me famous. I have no problem because I. But when
that's fine.
But can I record it too? Because I want to be able to record.
Yes, please.
Because I don't want you to scrub this. Because I want you to get what I'm saying. You're over making accusations about something.
And I think accurate ones that are backed up by evidence.
No, if I go to school.
Yeah.
Against my will, but I get educated on something. Why is that child trafficking? Because you're making that accusation, right? It's child trafficking.
Yeah, bringing children into a high control group like this, where their entire lives are massively altered. This is not going to school.
Was that a high control group? I mean, that's his definition of child trafficking.
The BITE model by Stephen Hahn.
What about kids that are getting molested? Kids that are
because they are, and those crimes are being covered up in Scientology. That is happening in your cult. That is happening in your cult, and is systematically being covered up by auditing. They don't take these people to the cops. They audit sex abusers. They audit sex abusers.
Let me tell you, you have to raise your voice.
I don't give a shit what the fuck you want. They audit. They try to audit away sex abuse. They try to audit away sex abuse.
He's gonna edit this anyway. But
if you want to give up, your excuses are your own.
I have a conversation with him, but he don't want to really have one. He just want to make a bunch of loud noise.
I'm sorry. Your cowardice and your excuses are your own. And if you're unwilling to look at the ready-to-hand information, if you are at the publicly available information that's critical of Scientology for yourself, that is on you. Ignorance is not an excuse for anything. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse in legal proceedings. And if you are involved in anything covering up sex abuse or the harm of children or the harm of elders, which have been proven within this cult, right? If you're part of any of that, you're liable for this. Okay?
So if someone told you to vote for Obama, would you vote for Obama?
I did twice.
Okay, good.
On my own.
If somebody in your family voted for Trump, would you say that they're not making this country great?
I mean,
that's their opinion,
so
right?
But that's okay. So that's a difference of opinion next to like legal decisions about behavior.
About Trump making the country
this is
bad,
classic whataboutism. This is just Dodge. You're totally off point, sir.
No.
Yes, you are. This isn't an apt analogy.
It is definitely an analogy because you haven't proven your point to me because I just made a point.
I won't prove my point to you because you will not look for yourself.
How you don't have any look? I wouldn't do nothing. I didn't pay. I didn't look up for myself. But I don't use this to look at it. I look for I observe my own eyes. I go and see
so
what's
within
going
a high
on.
control group, you're gonna try to get the information out of a bunch of brainwashed people.
What is a high control group?
That is a group in which they highly control your behavior, your information, your time, and your emotions. Scientology does each and every one of these.
I've seen
people Narconon, give me a break. Fucking touch assists for goddamn fentanyl, touch assists, locationals, bullshit. Bullshit. That gets people fucking dead. That gets people killed.
Do you want to tell me what I've seen? I'm telling you what I've seen.
Narconon doesn't help
I've seen people come off drugs. I've seen people who was highly confused with their education.
Yeah. Highly confused, and they got
now they're doing well. Me included,
by your determination. So your anecdotal evidence is going to wash away all of the crimes of this predatory cult that's been ruining lives for generations around the world, has been kicked out of all of these countries because they're fucking up their citizens. From the 1960s on, kicked out of England,
Colombia,
kicked out of all of these North American countries.
Where
North
they
African
have tourism and they come to Colombia.
That's whataboutism. You're off point again.
I'm telling you what I've seen, though.
You're off
and people
point.
from those countries who's told me how grateful they are for it.
Yeah,
and
right.
I've seen people from South
Anecdotal
Africa,
evidence
people
does
who
not
were not
cover
able
up
to
the
work.
sum total of the crimes of a
I'm
cult
telling
like
you what I've
this.
seen. I haven't
That's
seen any child trafficking.
because you
I asked
won't,
you of your
because you will not
definition,
look.
but
And
you
I
won't tell me what your definition
I
is.
did. I not define child trafficking?
Yeah, but then I told you something that was similar to that, and then you said that's not the same thing. But that's your definition.
You're hilarious, sir. You
Okay.
talk in circles
You're out
and
here
you're
yelling
saying
in front of
nothing.
a building that's doing something.
Yeah, and
good
I've
for
run
people.
the business of this org to nearly zero. You're at emergency status in this org. You're not doing any business,
You know
and you
some
won't
terminology.
be.
That's not
And
what
you
our
won't
stats- that's
be.
not what our
You
stats are
won't
saying.
be going after these college kids and getting them into your fucked up cult. You won't be going after this community because we've alerted them. We've alerted them. That's what we're out here doing, and it's working.
Well, let me tell you this: if that's what you believe, then that's good for you.
Yeah, that's what I know to be
If that's what you
true.
believe, that's good for you. No,
Because
that's
I
good.
have your management reports. I've seen it in black and white.
What would a management report look like, sir? What? Tell me. Something
We've
about
put them on a live. They're all up there. If you want to look, they're all up there. All of the documents that we found out of your fucking trash, they're all up there.
Cursing at me?
Because
trying to
you
get me riled
anger
up?
me. Because you anger me.
I
Your
anger you.
ignorance and your circular talking as though you know what you're talking about, and your pig ignorance in the face of the harm that this organization does angers me. It offends me,
Well,
sir,
what
that
is
you remain as
If you believe in it, look it up for yourself. But there are other things online you can also look at as well that counters that and has comparable truths, not just opinions, so you can deal with facts.
You look like a fucking joke to my audience. You look like exactly what you are, a fucking joke.
My name and address?
Bite me. Wow, you stayed for that whole thing. So that's commonly, that's unusual that they stop and talk that long, but that's generally what we're trying to do. We're trying to have conversations on that level. And that guy's willing to actually talk. Oh, we're having a little coffin nail. We're getting our requisite 2-packs in a day, right? L. Ron Hubbard saying that it wasn't that you were smoking a little bit. You need to smoke like oodles and oodles so you don't get cancer, right? Oodles and noodles. Oh. Yeah, a little midlife crisis crotch rocket here. Okay. Nice. Sure. Yeah, no, you've got the, you're like Fortune 500 wannabe. Look, okay. What's up, man? Standing in front of a child trafficking cult, what's up? Do you support child trafficking? I'll tell you what. Kids cannot consent, okay? Kids cannot consent legally. They cannot consent psychologically, cannot consent neurologically, morally or ethically to auditing. Have you ever received auditing from a child, from a minor? Have you ever been in the room when that has happened? If you have, you're a child abuser, okay? And if you've supported and protected that, you've supported and protected child abuse, which is what this organization is. Oh, AOLA? You're so proud of AOLA? Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, all right. This is an LA transfer. Is frickin' midlife crisis crotch rocket to cover up my chalk. Oh, run away! The ideas win again, run away. 86 GOP, what? That is a ridiculous super sticker, man. 86 GOP, as always, coming in for the big 5-0. Oh, it's so much support, it hurts. Oh my Lord. Yeah, he must be in lower punishment. No, I think, dude, we have a bunch of new characters. That guy's kind of new. The guy that I just talked to is definitely new at the org this week. A bunch of other publics, they're they're switching the pieces on the board because I think the last ones weren't doing so great, and they need to be. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, the mensch of the movement here, just unreal the Thank you oh so very much. Good day. Hope you're well. All right. So, all right, they're trying that. This guy, ha! I mean, I like the cobalt blue. I dig it, man. I dig it. It's kind of pearlescent. It's got kind of a glimmer. It's got kind of a sheen. Ooh, we have traffic. What is that? Oh, hello. All right. So, walking around, musical staff. Yeah. Every good boy deserves fudge. Look at him go. They're all screaming and squirreling and wheeling and burling. So, thank you all for joining this evening. This has been fun thus far. Continues. Oh, I was zoomed a little. Continues to be fun.
I have something funny to tell you.
You've moved to the corner. This is odd. All right, I like it though.
I need you to look down the street.
Yeah.
Zoom in on the Chipotle door, okay?
No.
Not the F Scientology breaking the Chipotle door too.
No. How did they do? What? It's impossible.
No, it's absolutely real. I walked up, the whole hinge is busted off.
Did you see them do it?
I mean, the sheer volume of F Scientology that go in there on a daily basis.
Oh, it's true. How else are you going to get
Patterns
like,
together.
you know, an industrial level of rice and beans for your lower conditions?
Right.
So I had one of the longer conversations with one of the staff members that I've ever had. This new guy, this African-American gentleman who's like got a few inches on me, actually stopped and tried to converse with me, but did all the circles. He's like, oh, well, if this is a high control group, well, have you been to high school? Is, you know, going to high school a high control group? You say, you know, they went, you know, you went against your will as a kid. Is that the same?
It's glowing.
Ah! And of course it's not, right? And trying to make comparisons between Scientology and like my opinion of Scientology is like a political opinion about electing a president, like in a national election, as though you couldn't have like way more concrete evidence about it. And just everything was whatabouted and tried to like cycle out into something else that I might engage with. And, but it went for a while. They don't even try that anymore. Yeah, absolutely. And then earlier I had two bros, plain clothes, jeans, one of them in a cowboy hat, and I went in on him on the cowboy hat. And they went old school, like Mark Bunker video Scientology on me, like getting up in my, hey buddy, bruh, like all of this stuff. And, you know, trying to bull bait me in the old way. It was hilarious.
She's just been like, Mike Rinder did it better.
Yeah, because he definitely did. Mike Rinder did it better.
That's one of the only nice, kind things I'll ever say about that asshole.
So this fine young gentleman has been hanging out with me, interested in the protest, and was along for the ride for two of those interactions.
Nice.
Got to see what it is.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck happened with that lady. That was
Right.
so weird, and I'm still kind of troubled by it.
What lady?
The lady that came over and was sitting by me.
Oh, okay.
She
How are
brought
the?
in a whole bunch of way to happiness brochures,
Oh, wow.
and then got mad at me and said that she was having a bad day and that I was giving her a headache.
Well, that's probably true.
She maybe just needed a touch assist.
Yeah, exactly.
But also,
2D touch
she was
assist.
just like, "Are you in this call?" I was like,
No.
do I need to be?
No.
Is that my child's asking?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I was raised in this call. Well, she said it like past tense. And
I
assumed
was.
She was out.
Right.
I don't think she is though.
Oh, that is. I mean, it's sad if she is actually out and she has those remnants of the mind control stuff on her, where it didn't work for her in her life, but she can't yet denigrate the entire church.
Right.
I think a lot of people go through this transitional phase coming out of high control groups. Oh, the other thing, I was trying to describe what a high control group was, and he asked me maybe 3 or 4 times what it was, and I went into each element of the bite model. and that wasn't accepted. But yeah, this behavior, information, time, emotion.
Clear cog, thought-stopping behavior.
Correct.
You idiot. Go out front, read the clear cog, save yourself 50K, and then we'll tell you what thought-stopping behavior is.
They're almost the most ramped up high control group in America.
They are, Sally. They're trying new tactics on both of us. I'm not buying what they're selling. So did Ron come up back?
No.
Ah, you know why? Because he's in the hose room. With the bald dude.
Sprung, ready to spring into action.
Hose tugger. He's there with the hose tugger.
That is, that's his new name for sure.
Yeah, hose tugger.
Yeah, that's his. Thank you for another golden nugget. Thank you very much. What is one of the things that's amazing about Pearl Snappy here, if I may make an introduction, is so many of the things you say end up in all of our mouths in the national movement, all over the country and all over the world.
F. Sciento. My shirt.
F. Sciento. So F. Sciento, right? Please, I'm singing your praises. Please tell the story of
So
this.
the sign covered up with garbage bags for a long time before it opened, and then the garbage bags ripped, and all it said was F. Sciento. So I was like, I'm going to.
Oh no, we're protesting this. Yeah, we're trying to shut it down.
And now everyone calls them Scientos. It's my favorite thing. Like even people
yelling
that
at
are
him.
survivors of
Yep.
this call, they're just like,
People just yell at
yeah,
him.
we don't know what those F. Scientos.
Yeah, I mean, we write stuff, we have conversations with them, we try to inform the public as to the danger that this organization represents, especially to like impressionable college kids.
Oh yeah, that's why they planted right here.
Correct.
And they don't have to pay taxes. And then it's, what do you call it? I think you just piss them off by saying, "We're Shelly. We're Shelly, we're Shelly." And then they're like, "What? I don't know." You know what I'm
She's
saying?
fine. Shelly's fine. She's
Yeah.
a true believer. She's fine.
Yeah, she's probably
She's up in Twin Peaks, California.
exactly. I mean, she's probably not living her best life or anything, but seemingly she's alive by the evidence that's to hand. So,
Well, we got a Sciento in the alley.
Have you been in there?
no, I'm criminally trespassed from the property. I can't even touch the building. I can't touch the building. I can't touch their parking lot back there. Or it's me gone in chains. So until April of next year.
I
306.
can go in the parking lot. You can.
Yeah, you can go in the park. You haven't been trespassed from the parking lot.
Yeah, I've just been trespassed
Uh,
because they said that I was knocking on the windows. But
Yeah.
then I told them that they're calling me a fucking window licker.
Yeah.
They're calling me a fucking window licker. They don't get that.
Oh, Billy.
But it's just like, all right, I guess I won't lick your windows till February 20th of next
Oh
year.
no, what will I ever do? How will I get my nutrients then? You know, I get all of my basic minerals and electrolytes from your windows. Oh, that's right. Well, if they're expelling the body thetans in there, you could just pick them up off of the windows.
Right.
Yeah.
You just squeegee them off.
With your tongue.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I see that there's 2 locations here in Austin of them, right? There's one like somewhere in the
They
middle.
closed it. That was their temporary org.
Yeah.
In Hancock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
something like that, right next to a funeral
Yep,
or
yep. Right across from the cemetery.
yeah. So
Yeah, right on.
Hancock. They
Yeah.
Temporary org. They've exited that building now, and now it's just
Yeah.
vacant.
This was closed for like what, 4 or 3 years?
From 2017 to 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like.
It's a long time to do this rent off.
Yeah, well, yeah, they don't pay taxes because it's their religion.
Correct. Since the 1990s. Ooh, I saw him peeking around the corner. I'm gonna.
I told you the host house is friends.
Oh, we dearly like to see you. Why are you hiding? Come on out and play with your hose in front of the whole world, like you did yesterday, and committing a minor battery upon me by spraying my feet with water. Let's have another one, please, so that, I can prove a pattern of behavior of your many batteries against me to a judge, and they'll just be like, oh, wow, 3 of them? I think this guy's going to do some time. So even if it's your first offense, I think 1, 2, 3, holy shit, you're in trouble. Okay, so that's what I'm hoping. Oh, wow. Oh, were you? Oh, no. The stick of truth defeated your freaking curtains immediately.
My short ass can do it.
How about that?
That's embarrassing. You can't keep my 5'2" ass from seeing out of your dumb ass.
Flunk!
Like, oh no,
Flunk!
You idiots.
Oh, right, camera into the camera. That's great. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna spin around back and see if I can juke him. Juke, juke. Jukey, juke. Ooh, we're having fun tonight. Excuse me. That was picked up very well. Hi, tool bag. Suck in that gut. Well, I mean, it might well be for me. I've redeveloped my paunch, I think, in my my car theft days of depression. Ate a lot of junk food and didn't move very much. I ate my feelings for a few days. Okay, didn't juke them. They weren't brave enough to try to take the opportunity that I just gave them. I did. I gave it to them. Right to them. So, da-da-da. Here I am, Captain Vegetable, with my carrot and my celery. All right. That's right, Captain Vegetable. Go ahead and step on that stuff, man. You're good. Here I am, Captain Vegetable. Okay, so there's going to be a bunch of people that they're going to have to try to get to this parking lot tonight. And don't look like it's going to work. What a stupid and futile gesture it is for you to continue working in this defunct organization, wasting your life. What a human tragedy it is. All of these resources, all of this human potential, going for what? For what and for who? To the benefit of whom? Not, clearly not yourself, sir. This can't be called beneficial for you. Why do I raise my voice? That's hilarious that that guy thought that he could like proselytize to this audience about, oh yeah, no, check for yourself about Scientology, guys. You can find the information on your own. Go to the Scientology website and decide for yourself whether or not this is the most dumb fucking high control group in the history of ever. You know, geez. That's like... you know, so it's about what I would say. So yeah, this guy doesn't like being on camera. That's okay. Oh, Sigmund Freud, proud and loud, right? He's peacocking now. He's strumming. He's gonna do a duck walk here. He's gonna be like Chuck Berry. He's gonna give us rock and roll. Come on, just a little duck walk. It'll be hilarious. You remember Chuck Berry? Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, maybe this guy saw Beethoven perform in the flesh. Oh no, I made a joke. It was bad. Hey there, tool boy. Hey, Tooliul. Well, Tanjobi toy might be an accurate word. Oh, this is a great angle into this room. I'm glad you've had me discover it. Hi there. Oh, now he's upset. He's going to make his fake phone call. He's going to make his fake phone call about and call the police about the awful harassment. It's time to do the fake harassment call, I think. Perhaps he's just been ordered. Yeah, I need to clean this thing. It's all sticky. I think it's the chalk. It's not as magical as it used to be. Yeah, I really like this guy. He seems particularly emblematic of the hopelessness of working at one of these organizations, given his age and his kind of listless manner. I don't think there's anything going on with this guy or for this guy. I think he's given up. You know, he's had his arm and his will broken by a high control group. I have some sympathy and some empathy for that. But if he wasn't doing the harm that he was doing, right, I might even have some immediate forgiveness. But unfortunately, nope. The guy is doing a massive amount of harm to innocent people, and I'm sorry, can't excuse it, won't excuse it, shouldn't excuse it. It's not moral to excuse it, I don't think. So, yeah, say, sad that is nothing to look forward to. I know. Exactly. That's what I mean. It's like, that's exactly what, thank you for saying that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And it's touching me, you know, because each and every one of these people losing each and every one of their days and all of their time and a lot of their mind to this group is a human tragedy. Over and over again, a human tragedy, each one of them, right? Losing. And it's terrible. No, they did not fix the freaking door. They locked the front door, which is a fire code violation. They lock it. Generally, a front door of a place of business where you have employees, these are federal rules generally, must be operable by an automatic or mechanical process that is obvious without a key. And they do not have that. They have push bars that they lock, the push bars that you push in, and then you have a key lock that's in the center of them. That is what they're operating. And I mean, yeah, there's another civil code violation for the child trafficking cult. They really don't care. They don't care. They're not going to care about human beings. And again, it's not like they're just inherently bad people. They've been trained not to have empathy. They've been trained not to regard their bodies as precious, as their last go-round, as their only anything that you're ever getting. Not dropping the body in a billion and forever because you're in Scientology. Nah, this is probably it, guys. I mean, I'm not dead certain, but it seems like the most probable eventuality. And I think to keep things seeming precious around here and maybe to do anything worthwhile, might as well act like this is all we got. Trying to save everything for the next life or the hereafter means that you will not do what's necessary now in this life, that you'll put it off. You'll think it unnecessary in the infinite expanse of time. So for me, that wish thinking can be extremely destructive. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what we're facing. I don't think anybody does. I mistrust mostly people that make declarative statements about what it actually is, because I don't think anybody could possibly know anything like that. Like knowing the mind of God, I don't think that's possible either. I find that to be quite amazing. Okay, so I guess I went back over there, Pearl Snappy and Midlife Crisis Mobile went this way, and went about his merry evening, probably trying to bed somebody 20 years his minor. That's what it looked like to me. He had a real Jeff Epstein kind of vibe. Didn't like it. No, sir. Did not like that one bit. No. Yeah, he's looking real Jeffish. So, I don't know. It's been a while since they left anything in the trash. And, you know, I think it's highly probable that they never will again. Because of how harsh and terrible the punishment might be for letting anything like the documents that they let go. So I'm not betting on finding anything, but here's me doing the college try. I'm inspired by what I don't know, by the fetid aroma coming off of this thing. So get ready to be slightly nauseated, I guess. I'm gonna go into this dumpster. Oh, right, those bros tried to tell me to get a real job, whatever the fuck that means. I'm sure that I've worked harder jobs and for longer than both of those assholes combined. I think that message is hilarious, especially coming from what look like total poser finance bros. And so, yes. This is what the documents are now. Oh yes, a big heavy bag, a very finely shredded. Very, very finely shredded indeed. You know, I think somebody got into massive trouble for what we found before, and that's probably never going to happen again at this org, at least for the foreseeable future, until, you know, people forget and they make their mistake again. We had a big cake. We shredded some documents. Okay. Ooh, the shreddy bag is so heavy. So heavy. So I'd be shredding everything, everything that you weren't keeping, every communication, everything put on paper, every memorandum, every receipt, everything, every purchase order. Just blanket shred, and maybe having whatever documents that are to be kept off site until maybe an interim period of security kind of measures were done out, where you could find whether or not people on the inside were intentionally screwing you over by throwing documents in the trash. I hope I didn't start a rumor. But I do hope I did. And anyway, that's, once that question is raised, I don't think you can ignore it. Was it just an accident that we got the black and white numbers of this org falling on its damn face? Did somebody orchestrate that? Did some friend of what we're doing orchestrate that? I hope so. But I don't know. But I do kind of want to see him tear himself apart a little bit. All right, so we're not here anymore. Here. Ooh, we're going to be trying to leave, I think. Oh, that was jaunty. That was jaunty this evening, as if like you're running away like you're a coward, right? So as soon as I turn my back, you make the quickest exit from this organization. And perhaps you're not going to start the it is, right? That's a very, very quick and athletic maneuver to your car, I have to say. I would think maybe you're really good at catching children that are running away from the org. Kids cannot consent. Kids cannot consent to be audited or to conduct auditing. If you are involved with children being audited or giving auditing, you are involved in child abuse and should be prosecuted as such. You fucking coward. Like, that's a strong, athletic person. They have no reason to be physically afraid of anything that's going on this street, right? They have every reason, if they're an intellectual coward, to be afraid of the ideas being expressed. And so that's why I call that person a coward. Because they do not have the courage of their convictions, and their convictions and their knowledge claims are extreme. What they claim to know about the nature of reality is in the extreme of possible claims of things like that. And so if you cannot have those same kind of crazy ass claims and stand up for them, I call you a coward.
So,
Hello.
you stand across the street, you
Yes.
can see into the courtroom.
Yes, you can.
That's where I was.
Yeah, I try to do that one from that direction, but that one's even better, I'm
and
sure.
I can hide behind the wall. I'm totally hidden. It's like my shoulders. And there's parts of it that are higher for you too. Like we're totally hidden back there because it goes uphill.
Well, we could just set up static shots there.
Right.
Oh, yes. Oh, wow. So they're getting ready to do a push. Everybody's kind of congregating up there. They're trying to get out now. Freaking double plus good. Double plus good. Oh, right. Yeah, plain clothes, right? Way to go.
We got cops. We got cops.
Oh, no. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's tonight's installment of Let's Waste Public Resources. How's it going tonight?
Were you digging into the trash?
Excuse me?
Were you digging into the trash? We gotta call someone matching your description that was digging into the trash, that's all.
Is that illegal?
What's that?
Is that illegal?
It depends, were you on the property or not?
No,
Their dumpster's not on the property.
it's public alley. Anything that goes into a public space is available to the public.
I agree, so were you yes or no, that's all.
I don't think I'm going to answer that.
Okay, well, like I said, they don't want you on the property.
I'm not on the property.
I know you, so I'm gonna go talk to them, but if you're not on the property, you're fine, but they just don't want you on the property.
I won't be on the
Dumpster's
property.
not on the property.
Okay, I'm gonna go look for it.
It's past the easement.
Yeah, let's have a look at the dumpster and let's determine the property line here.
I'll follow you.
Okay, sure, thank you. Oh, right, that's a very good idea, sir.
What was your name again?
I didn't give it. if it becomes necessary. I'm not sure the nature of this interaction yet. So I'm still trying to determine what this is. Oh, do you want to see the dumpster? Oh no! Whiner pants! Did you call the policey weesies? Oh no! No, Pearl! Pearl! They're going to make an argument to take me away, so please stay close.
Did you share your location?
No. Yeah, another call, and they're seriously trying here. They're going for it tonight. Yeah, this guy is looking too responsive for my frickin' comfort. Good evening.
We're here trying to get these assholes out of the fucking cult. That makes no sense.
Yeah, it's this guy.
This does not look good, guys. This does not look good. This, I very much hope, is them educating them as to what the law is, but honestly, this looks about as close as it has been for me. So.
That's what's stupid is that, like, we can both just walk the whole fuck away right now. But, like, they're just gonna piss around and do this dumb shit. They take up so much time instead of just letting this fucking cop see we can go.
I was reading it.
But they take up so much fucking time. It's so stupid. And I see fucking Carrington here. Yes. Okay, yo, my fucking RC car game is just smashed into the ground. Not it being trained to walk with him. What the fuck? Why don't I have that? Yo, okay, we need to have a talk. We need to have a talk. How do we get me and Self with those? We need those.
That was groovy.
They don't know what they're there for. They can know what they're there for. Yeah, they're not there investigating passports, citizenship, trafficking charges. No, they're there to be like, Jennifer to go through the garbage. Stay inside, Mark.
Hey, how's it going?
Good evening.
So, I've talked to them. They've given me those sides. So, can I hear what your side of the story is? Because I know you said you would dig into the trash, which you completely
I said no such thing.
Is that
I said no such thing.
okay? So what's going on? Because I saw the footage of you digging through the trash, which you can, and they said that you're putting your camera up against the wall, trying to film what's inside of that.
I have been doing this. I have not been touching their building.
Okay.
I will never touch their building.
Okay. Have you ever gone inside the building?
No.
Have you ever physically threatened anyone?
No.
Okay. So like I said earlier, it sounds like you're using your rights
Correct.
to be on the public sidewalk in the public alleyway.
Correct.
It's just the fact that they don't like it, which it's one of those things I explained to them, like, you know your rights,
Correct.
and you're using it, and you're at that threshold where you're technically not breaking the law. They just don't.
It's called protest.
Exactly, yes. I was looking for that word.
I'm demonstrating my displeasure at this organization.
Is annoying them
It's
legal?
demonstrating.
It's not against the law to be annoying.
Yeah.
Which
Thank
not
you.
saying y'all not being annoying, that's not my word.
No.
We are.
Thank you.
Now we're doing it wrong.
Exactly. Thank you.
But we're not trying to be violent.
No,
Absolutely. They just said that.
No, they do this to us every night.
pretty
They
much.
want us to have charges.
Last
They
night we
want
had
us-
2 calls like this.
I remember my shift was working today.
Right.
So.
Yeah. We had 2 of
They
them.
have sworn out fake statements against me that they are currently losing in court. This is what they do.
Is
Yep.
there anything that y'all would like to tell me at this time?
No, I think we're good. I think you've represented yourself well as an officer of the law.
I really appreciate that,
Yeah.
sir. It really means a lot. Like I said, I'll tell them the same thing. Like I just told y'all, the alley is considered a public roadway.
Correct.
Being public means you have access to it, as long as you're not like blocking it because it is a roadway. And you're not.
Of course.
They're free to buy locks and put them on there if that's what they'd like to do. That's not our problem.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. We know.
And you're on the sidewalk. I mean,
Yep.
the sidewalk's public property. It's just the building. I can't tell y'all not to do what y'all doing because that's y'all's
Sure.
right to do. What
Oh,
y'all
and
doing.
I don't want to have any contact with the building or any of its
Yeah, neither do
My
occupants.
biggest advice for y'all, because as y'all probably noticed by now, this is going to be a recurrent issue. Y'all,
Sure. Yeah.
y'all keep doing this.
All right. What's up?
I would suggest, like y'all have been doing, like to my knowledge, y'all haven't made anyone. Y'all just made them feel uncomfortable. Y'all haven't threatened them. I mean, there's not a lot we can do here.
If they walked out here and asked us for help, we would both
We would
turn
give
our
it to
cameras
them.
off and
Yeah.
help them get
We
out
would
of
just
this hole.
absolutely, because we think they're being damaged by this organization, and that's why we're here. We're trying to warn the community off of being preyed upon by this cult.
Okay. So, what do y'all plan for the rest of that? How long do y'all plan on staying out here?
As long as it takes.
Okay. And there's nothing else y'all want to tell me at this time?
I don't think
No,
so.
they haven't assaulted us.
Yeah, today.
Yeah, have they done anything to y'all? Have they like threatened y'all or anything?
No, I don't think so.
They have physically assaulted us, not today, but multiple times.
Yeah, and we're issuing all of our complaints and stuff. We've got a laundry list of things that they've actually done to us. We've been the victims of a bunch of things.
How,
Sure.
would y'all like to make that report tonight?
I don't think so.
If y'all don't want to tell me,
Yeah.
if y'all don't, y'all can call 311 and make that report.
Sure, yeah, no, and I think, yeah, pretty much. I think that's what we're planning on doing.
Because I want to make sure I have all my evidence aligned.
Pretty much, ducks in a row.
Pattern.
So
Yeah.
like I said, the biggest thing is
Sure.
just don't go on the property.
Oh heck
I'm
no.
not saying y'all have, don't threaten people.
Indeed.
As long as y'all keep doing what y'all doing, which is just being on the public property, y'all can record, but y'all can record them. But like I said, don't threaten them or anything because
Will not.
it's just they don't like y'all coming out here protesting. Which
Yeah, of course.
Y'all are entitled to y'all.
Yeah.
Right to
No,
protest.
I would never. I don't want any real harm to come to these people. I'm trying to help as much as possible, but
Well, I'm gonna go inside, talk to them for one more time.
All right. Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. This is positive interaction as far as I can tell.
Indeed.
All right. Thank you very much. Nice one, guys. Another fail. So, another fake call for the cops so that you guys can run away into the dark away from your child trafficking cult. You coward child traffickers. Kids cannot consent medically, legally, psychologically, neurologically, morally, or ethically to auditing. If you were
Kids in the school you run? That's all I was trying to tell you.
wicked. So, nice little interaction with the fucking cops who were better than just fucking cops. Laura FM, thank you very much. Ooh, right, okay, so the fake call didn't quite distract me for the entire time. The fake call to the police, right? So as you guys are wasting public resources again and making emergency response more difficult in this city again, I think the cops and the fire department hate your guts because you make responding to actual emergencies more difficult. You've wasted hundreds of thousands of dollars of public resources in your fake calls for nothing to protect you and your child trafficking cult. Have either or any of you been in the room or been audited by a child, by a minor? Have you been audited by a child or have you given auditing to a child? If you have done either, you have been the perpetrator of child abuse. And as such, as child auditing in any form is child abuse, you work at a wholesale child abuse ring. That is your business. Your business is abusing people, removing them of their free will and their better reasoning to sell them a book or a course that's meaningless. That's a hodgepodge of borrowings of better books, Dianetics, just copied and pasted from a bunch of self-help shit from the beginning of the 20th century. It's a joke. L. Ron Hubbard's writing is a joke. And his idea that children are just grown-up, souls in child's bodies and little bodies does not excuse your child abuse. Child auditing is child abuse. If you have been in the room, if you have received auditing from a minor, you have been the perpetrator of child abuse. You choose to stay in this cult. It is your choice. It can be your choice to leave. There are organizations willing to help you right now. If you want help leaving, money, a place to stay, counseling, job placement, call the SPTV Foundation 727 726 5797. The SPTV Foundation is here to help again. 727 266 5797. It's your choice to remain in this disgusting child trafficking cult and to suborn and assist the abuse of children. Those crimes will always be on your head, but you can get back some of your self-respect if you turn around, leave this cult, and admit your crimes. What do you think, boys? I have any takers? Good evening. Hope you're well. All right. Good evening. Oh, hello. So another kind of sham graduation for a totally failing organization and a totally defunct child trafficking cult. Children cannot consent. Child auditing is child abuse. If you've been involved, if you are involved with minors giving or receiving auditing, you're part of child abuse, and you should be prosecuted as child abusers. There's no two ways about it. Leave this cult. Leave this child trafficking ring today with what's left of your dignity and your humanity, which I'm not sure you have very much left of. And I know they systematically stripped it from you, no excuse. After that call, I am pissed, I think. I'm a little pissed. I felt like I was going to go inside. It is your choice to stay. It can be your choice to leave. Leave this disgusting cult. I mean, it's just another inequity amongst inequities, and it just raises my blood a little bit. So please, everybody, if there are people in chat, let me know if Pearl's okay. Anybody, if you've got the ability to check 2 streams, make sure that we've got Pearl. If anything happens, please let me know, and I will go running. I will go running. Good evening. All right. So, Pearl's no longer live. Shit. All right. Well, I have to calculate my fucking approach now. I'm just gonna. Oh, geez. What an embarrassment of riches. I mean, is it the whole gang? Is it the whole gaggle of geese? Oh, wow, guys. Good evening. Hope you're well.
Good evening.
All right.
Catholic?
A little bit. All right. How's it going, child traffickers? Children cannot consent, Cannot consent to give auditing or to receive it. Okay? Child auditing is child abuse. If you are involved, if you ever received auditing from a child, or were in the room or involved in any way, you are involved in child abuse. All right? And as such, Scientology stands as a child abuse ring. Child abuse ring is what you support. Oh yeah, you're a security guard for these people? You're so tough? Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
dude,
keep the hat on.
you're...
I fucking love you.
Thank you very much. See, this community hates your guts. And they do all over the world because they see the harm that you represent. You harm children. Don't trust these people in the gold vest. They're child traffickers. They mean to harm you and your family, steal your time and your money with meaningless claptrap from a failed science fiction writer and convicted fraud. Failed science fiction writer who was paid by the word. Have you ever read his science fiction? It's gobbledygook. It's the worst crap I've ever read. As far as science fiction, I dare you to name a worse writer than L. Ron Hubbard. The man's an ignoramus and a charlatan. His accomplishments aren't accomplishments. His naval career ended with him attacking a couldn't trust him anymore, and he lost his command. You work at a child trafficking ring, and down, you will be equal participants with everybody else in the criminal conspiracy, and you will be liable for everybody else's actions within the criminal conspiracy. Are you ready for that? RICO is coming. Good evening. Hope you're well. I'm protesting. I'm yelling. I don't mean anybody harm.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, cool. You too. All right. All right. So I got Ron Weasley, but Jesus, I forgot what I was doing. I'm sorry, guys. Jesus. I heard Pearl cry out, and she's not live, so I'm going to go check. Not that she can't handle herself, because she definitely can. But, you know, I usually mean to have people's back and to do this kind of stuff. And, you know, it gets fucking hairy here late at night. They try the crazy stuff. There are less people on the street to be able to see it, right? And you get a certain kind of reaction off of the people that work the night shift because they usually see more serious crime at night. And so you'll get a more severe reaction from that shift, usually the cops, because they're more stressed out. You know, they've got more stuff to do. That's of a very serious nature. And so I think for all those reasons, there are far less students, far less general witnesses of the citizenry, and more stressed out cops. And so there's Pearl with the cops. God damn it. I thought we were done. I thought this interaction was done, and it's not. They're still here. God damn it. I'm an idiot. Damn it. All right. How's it going, y'all?
I spoke to them. Obviously, they don't want you here. I can't tell you to leave because you're on the sidewalk.
Correct.
You're in the alley.
Yeah.
As long as y'all don't escalate things and keep it peaceful,
Oh, yeah.
stay within y'all's constitutional rights.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just going to be words, ideas, the chalk. That's about it. That's what we got. We've got our cameras and that. Oh, right. Indeed. Yeah, we're connected to foundations that are looking to give people assistance to job placement, you know, give them a place to go, maybe some counseling if they wish to avail themselves of these things. This is what we're trying to do.
So like I said, just don't escalate things.
No.
And that'll be it. Is there anything else y'all need?
No, I'm
to
willing to
avoid?
have them knock a tooth out of my face and not strike back. Like, I'm serious. I'm committed on that level.
If
I
y'all-
will
if-
not
if
do
they
anything to
strike
these
back,
people.
Call 911.
Absolutely.
We're going to get out of here. If y'all need us, call us. Have a good rest of y'all's night.
Thank you very much. This is a great interaction again, all the way around.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know that you weren't live. I didn't know that you didn't even have the backup of a chat. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, I mean, Once I realized that, I was like, oh.
Well, I just didn't know where you were, so I just went to the car and put some shit away.
I went chasing the white whale.
Yeah, and then they all came out when you were gone, and that's when I got into it with fucking Ron Weasley. And he got into my fucking face.
No, I was just I caught all of them.
You caught him filming me?
No. No, I didn't catch him. I mean, all of them leaving from that position. I followed one of them up.
Yeah, they were all
and then posted up there and basically caught all of them right there.
But like, I called, I was like, what's up?
Because that's my late night
Ron
end of the
Weasley,
thing move. That's
and
I move
he-
up the block and catch all of them.
Turned around, so it's like, bro, you know you look like methed out Ron Weasley. It's maybe my favorite. The
Yeah.
fact that you spun around and then he pulls out his phone, and I just was really vulgar about what I did while he took pictures of me.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm gonna break my neck. I'm gonna displace my atlas.
That's what I did.
Yeah, it's so true. Oh man, that rocks. Yeah, way to go. I'm sorry I missed that then. I'm glad you gave him what for, but you also gave him something for the spank bank. Geez.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so.
Like me in the center of the fucking sidewalk doing like a full-on squat, being like,
Oh, damn. Oh my God.
full-on squat. Like I was like this. I was like, Ron Weasley. Like full-on, just like legs spread out, like
That would be all of the new merch.
just like, woo! It was amazing.
That would be all of the new merch for forever. Everybody would have it.
It's amazing.
Old honey badger pearl.
That's right.
Oh, Jesus.
No, because people kept telling me I was gonna catch more flies with honey, and I'm like, no, I'm a honey badger.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Yeah. Seriously, the recitation of this assertion that there's only one way to skin a cat is becoming rather tiresome, and especially from people that have little to no experience with actually being on the street and protesting anything. See you later, child trafficker. I think tonight, I've got my steps in. Kids can't consent, by the way. If you've been involved in child auditing, you're a child abuser. And so I would say, get out while you can. Maybe admit your crimes. Maybe you could retain some of your dignity and humanity. But that's a maybe. Leave this cult.
Maybe get a better job and you can have a bigger purse. You look ridiculous.
All that. So, see you next time.
Bye.
See you next time at your completely failed cult that's not bringing in any dollars. You can't pay to keep the lights on, but your massive real estate holdings will do that maybe for 100 years until the federal government rips it all away from you.
Call the police and cry about it again. What do you know? Oh, 27 idiots. They're not going to take your child trafficking ridiculous side, you fuck. Call your families. You call your fucking families too. Fuck you and your child trafficking bullshit. You ready? You got them on that side too? You gonna call the fucking cops about it? You scared? Are we threatening you? Oh my God, it's an SP.
Wow, it's people exercising their First Amendment protected rights on the street. So you got to bring out the long guns and the cops and the fire department with fake call after fake call after fake call, wasting hundreds of thousands of dollars of money and freaking and also clogging up the emergency response ability of this city for fires and actual crime. So as such, you are a definite public nuisance and a threat to public safety. So, have either of you received auditing from a minor? Children cannot consent to auditing, by the way, not giving it or receiving it. Child auditing is child abuse. And if you have been involved in child auditing in any way, you have suborned and supported child abuse. If you have been directly involved, if you've received auditing from a minor, you are a child abuser. That's right, I'm yelling on a public street. Oh my God. You're going to get the cops called out here and they're going to say exactly the same thing. You're completely ineffectual. I have 2 of these conversations per evening out here. I do not care. Everything that I'm doing is protected by the United States Constitution. Child abuse is not. You work at a child trafficking ring. This is your legacy. This is your life's work. This is what you will be remembered for, and your name will go down in ignominy for all time as standing up and supporting child abuse on a wholesale level, on an industrial scale. Disgusting child traffickers, but you could change it all. You can leave at any time. It's your choice. There are ways of getting out, and there's help for those who wish to avail themselves of it. Call the SPTV Foundation at 727-266-5797. They can offer you assistance, counseling, perhaps job placement, I don't know. Maybe give them a call and have an easier time extricating yourself and perhaps your family from this disgusting human trafficking ring that you presently find yourself in. But from your activities, I think you're a piece of shit. All right, y'all. We're sorry for that. Must have been awful. I was zoomed in and just kind of lolling the thing around. I'm sorry, y'all. Granny T, you're a dumb troll. You're dumb as the day is long. You don't understand protest. Go, I don't know, massage some oatmeal cookies into existing or something. You know, I understand Granny T is a dumb troll. It's not even really good at it. You know, it's just kind of a waste of time and space and everything. Oh, they've got another exit? There's another exit down the alley? Oh, they've got a back cave exit? So wait a minute, did they just... My lord. Is that breaking the law? I don't know. They just came over to this side of the alley, and there's a break here in pavement. Yeah. You could just go, dude, they just went over this gravel. I mean, the fucking cowards. They just went out through this way, out the alley down there. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, no, I'm so crazy, Granny, right? Yeah, that's right. No, I don't have any handle on myself. I'm not demonstrating at all. No, loud voices demonstrating is certainly, direct evidence of insanity. I'm so glad Granny T. Sigmund Freud here is here to disabuse me of all of my ignorance and my maladies. What a wealth of information Granny T is. It's pretty hilarious. Oh no. You know, just protest the way I think is legitimate, right? Because, I don't know, I'm a total tool. And I maybe have never done any of this in my entire fucking life. And have no idea what I'm talking about. So, I don't know, Granny. Yeah, when we're on the street for AIDS action, we're on the street for anti-war, for human voice. Oh, just be so nice to the warmongers and the human rights breakers, right? And the environmental destructors and the people who would like to perpetuate the plague of HIV and AIDS, right? So we should just coddle all of these people. We should just be nice to them to the point that their power base just breaks under our niceness. I've barely heard anything more jejune and naive in my entire life. Is that sentiment as it's honestly expressed, which this isn't that. This isn't a non-expression of that. This is just trolling. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm having fun, but I'm about done with it. Oh, hey, disgusting tools. Child traffickers who are sweeping the street of messages that might be critical of them. Good thing I wasn't around so that you wouldn't have to pour a bucket of water on my feet and catch a battery charge. You disgusting tools. Child traffickers. If you didn't already know, kids can't consent. Kids cannot consent to auditing. If you've been involved in child auditing, you're a child abuser and should be prosecuted as such. That's why we're here. You fucking child abusers. Child traffickers is what you are. Oh, the professional rope tugger is out here. It's a fucking door, but you sure can tug a goddamn hose all day. Way to go. They have you cleaning the streets, sweeping the streets. Let's get the power washer out, right? Let's see what we get with the power washer. Are we going to get another assault? Is that going to be nice? Are we going to be able to prove a pattern of behavior then? Right? I think we already can, because we've been assaulted, I don't know, half a dozen times by your dumb asses, and we've got it all on video. Why are you working for this child trafficking cult? What did they do to you? You look about as mean as a snake. Maybe barely human at all. You raise them up to be mean as a snake? I don't know if you've got a nice bone in your body, sir. You look real mean. Did they take all the human emotion out of you guys? Did you let them? You know, that's what auditing does, right? You know, going clear, having a floating needle. They're basically training you not to have any human emotion. Do you know that's what every high control group does? They try to alter your connection to the rest of humanity and make it such that you are dependent only on them. And that's why you're stuck in Scientology, because you are addicted to this, to the power, to the sense of belonging and purpose of supposedly clearing a planet. But I'm sorry, you are falling for a real basic version of this trick. This trick exists in all these high control groups. Yours is just particularly obvious and stupid. So I would say that doesn't speak very highly of any of y'all's intelligence at this point, have to say. So, you know, the chalk exists all day. We do our damage. We alert the public through making these messages, and we have our conversations with them. And so you washing them away is this useless, futile gesture that only kind of makes us stronger and makes me want to write more chalk. And by more chalk, have more interactions and more conversations with the public. All of your flailing legally and all of this kind of stuff also is grist for the mill to alert the public that this is a shitty organization, that you guys are babies, and that you can't stand even mild criticism. Are you confronting and shattering this suppression in any way, shape, or form? Or are you being owned by us? Is your org at emergency status or not? Are you taking in any money? Are you making any conversions? How are those gains too? And how's clearing the planet? Is that a successful endeavor? Or are you working for a failure? This guy looks like he wants to leave. Better let him go.
But how late are you staying so that we're not doing this?
Oh, but what if we write the chalk again? What if we do it again? And what if we do it again after that? Is somebody going to stay overnight to make sure? Because, I don't know, did you guys find some chalk very early in the morning or something? I don't know. Maybe we're going to kind of come by the place and chalk it up. Maybe we've been inspired to by your assaults, perhaps. And maybe by the child abuse that's rife within your organization. Maybe that's why we're never going to fucking stop. Until the last org falls forever. So that this poison, this mercury in the water supply is ended. I hope you leave. I hope you find your way out. I don't have much hope for it, but I do hope you do. I do hope all of you find a better way in life than this disgusting, depraved activity that you're involved in now. Nobody would or should forgive you for this shit that you protect. You can smile away and have your flat affect all you want. You know, in the face of child abuse and human degradation, it's not control. You don't have psychological or emotion control. You have sociopathy. You have a lack of humanity and empathy, which makes you more like an animal than a human being. And a tool for a high control group so that they can flex you whenever they want. So whatever they say, you gotta do. They say jump, you say how high. And you don't have another recourse. Correct. Because you have to be unencumbered, right? No bras that are tight, no pants that are tight, right? Well,
Start again!
totally. It's like, you know,
Start again!
what are Scientologists doing?
Thank you. Touch the hose, thank you. Touch the hose, thank you.
I love it.
Fucking hose tugger, motherfucker, with your lower condition ass.
Yeah, hose tugger is really good for you. That seems like your job here. You can't fix shit. Can't fix a fucking door to save your life, right? You're not a maintenance guy. You wear a fucking tape. God damn it, man. You can't hang a door. They got you out here doing light janitorial work. You having fun? It's a grand old time, right? Grand old time on the town, right? Being admonished in front of the whole world as a child abuser, right? It's a grand old time on the town, right? You think everybody's down to be doing this? I wouldn't trade places for you for $1 million. Not for one fucking minute. If I had to be you for a minute, no. Not any amount of money. Not to stand where you are protecting child fucking traffickers, you bitches. All right, y'all. Is this where you're going to catch another charge? I think it may be.
Oh, did they take their pressure washer and go inside?
Oh, I'm waiting though.
No, they took it inside and
I'm waiting.
Your little cult toys and went inside. The host talkers in the closet again. Big fucking surprise. You little pussy ass bitches with your lower condition stuff. Out ethics, out PR, not the fuck outside.
You smell that? It's like there's something weird that's burning. Oh, was that your...
No.
I just heard something. Okay. Wow, freaking out at the end of the stream here.
Oh, look at eyebrows dancing. Dance machine.
Watch him get down with the child trafficking cult. Watch him get down. Watch him get down. I heard a plastic rattle tattle. And it could have been your buckles buckling. Did you have fun having the police explain to you again that what I am doing is protected under the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States? Was that shaming for you? I hope it was. I hope it also underlined your ignorance of the law and general ignorance. Dude. This rocked today, I thought. There's a lot of good interactions. A lot of good interactions with the public. I don't know. Did you get to talk to some people back here? No kids? Yeah, I had some kids back there.
I mean, there was like one or two, but not really.
You okay? Right on. Yeah. Sames. Sounds good. Hey, Tools! We can go round and round with you calling the police and then explaining to you that you're a bunch of babies and that I haven't been doing anything illegal and that you're wasting everybody's time, as always.
Bitches! Look at these little bitches! Take down your screen tech. We can still see over it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fucking idiot.
No, y'all are fine. I should have looked.
Call the cops again. Do it. Come on. I got time. Oh, you don't want to lose again? You don't want to lose to the cops again? You little pussy-ass bitch? You little pussy-ass...
They're a child trafficking cult. That's why we're here. They traffic children. That's why we're here protesting. Every fucking time it's you calling the cops, talking to the cops, talking to your bullshit, right? All protected under the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America, everything that I'm doing here. You're a tool. You waste public resources. Your laughing, your smile, your flat affect,
He thinks child trafficking is hilarious.
your flat affect, it's sociopathy. It is not control. You have had your regular human responses to child abuse and abuse of elders removed from you systematically by a tried and true process. Check out the BITE model, BITE, by Stephen Hassan. It will indicate, I think, very many of the hallmarks of a high control group in which you reside. If you have ever been involved in child auditing, you are a child abuser. Leave this child trafficking cult. Good evening.
What's up, brother?
Hey, man. Come here. Get over here. Scorpion wins. Oh, Jesus. It's like that. All right, y'all. Ugh. It's been a long-ass day. Sorry, guys. Sorry if the mic's like vibrating and I'm just tired of like the freaking stands hitting the ground. I'm not holding it as well anymore. I've only been out here for 3 hours, but I mean, in the heat, it's pretty exhausting. Yeah, I feel it. So another day, another bunch of cult members we talked to in the same manner, letting them know they're in terrible trouble in their lives and their legacy. They're doing terrible things. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out for them. It's not going to work out for their family. They're not going to have success with this. More importantly, talking to more members of the public and letting them know, as the dangers that are all around them here, that exist for not only them but their peers and anybody else that they may care for in this community who might be subject to being more prone to being manipulated by a high control group. So yeah. Yeah, wah, indeed. Thanks. Itzel, Oregon Valley Girl, thank you. Thank you, Twyla. Thanks, Mary James. Christy, you're the best. B. Itch, Marisker, F. Sciento, indeed, till the last sword falls forever. Laura Wilbur, PTS. Yeah, interesting. Jody Spumoni. Yeah, I'm glad to see generally APD is not like LAPD. I think a lot of people in the Texas forces work at APD because they know it's different than the rest of Texas, and they mean for it to be. So I appreciated that. Although it seemed, this one for some reason it felt a little nerve-wracking. I wasn't sure how they were going to interpret this particular action and how, like, his knowledge of the law, I'm not sure if he knew anything about it, and so I wasn't saying anything until I knew the nature of the call. And I didn't admit to anything. If you see, I didn't say anything to him about whether or not I did in fact do anything with anybody's trash. So when we came outside and after having the conversation with the Scientologist saying, so you said something about going through the trash. I'm like, I said no such thing. Nothing like that passed my lips. I said no such thing. And I wouldn't, because I intend not to. And I thought I was pretty close with my few words. So, tired, hungry, looking for a break, looking forward to a luxurious sleep in, and back at it sometime this weekend. Not sure when it's going to be. Could be tomorrow, could be Sunday. It's going to be one of those two, but probably 2 of the 3 days out of the Memorial Day weekend. Indeed, all of that stuff. Drinking, resting, well, all the human stuff. Bringing it all back home, making it all good. So yeah, whoa, whacking the mic. Thanks again, everybody. This has been fun. Y'all super supportive. I'm sorry I'm not so attentive with the chat and I don't have any mods. It seems like the people that show up here are better at entertaining themselves. I'm trying to get better at all of this stuff, but I don't. Oh, Martha, thank you very much. Oh, that's very... Martha Simmons, $10. Selfless, have a snack on me. Well, I will. And thank you very much. I will take that snack. It's very, very good. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for everybody for supporting all of the streamers. Everything that you're into, you're doing good work, you're supporting, you're part of this movement. If you're watching these streams, if you're commenting, you don't have to give any money. Your time and attention is super valuable to all of us. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of any of this community and any other protest movement. Thank you. Pulling weeds, trying to make the world better, it's laudable. Y'all rock. Till next time, be good to each other.